town as well for every Pokemon. That's why every Pokemon on this team has Protect, because if that is your game plan to win through Perish Song, you want the players to not be able to switch out and that you're safe. What is something else about Perish Song?
Yeah, I mean, with Gengar, when it Mega Evolves, it gains the Shadow Tag ability, therefore anything other than Ghost types cannot switch out from the opponent's side. So this pairs almost perfectly with Perish Song, keeping all of the Pokemon on the field during those 3 turns of Perish Song. Something else that we can note that could be quite annoying is the Sleep Powder from the Pavilion.
Ah, yes.
With its Compound Eyes going up to about 98% accuracy, which when you're putting your opponents to sleep, it just means that your Gengar can stay alive for so much longer.
Yeah, exactly. So let's go discussing the next team, which is of course Brent. We saw him just in action on stream the last round, but it is Charizard Y, the big baddie of this regular season. Charizard Y, Garchomp being like the 2 main days of Rec MA and Rec MB, but also having that Floette Eternal. Some people have come up to me, told me this is truly like VGC 2016, where Kyogre, Groudon, so the rain, the sun, and then of course Xerneas, which is the Floette.
Yeah, I mean, Floette, not quite as popular in 2016, but
No.
now definitely a meta game staple. Almost immediately out the gate when we started with Champions, and even leading into MB, it's fallen off slightly, but it's still very present.
Yeah, exactly. And this team brings you a fine balance of that Tailwind offense, but also having that King Gambit. And King Gambit is such a good answers. And Trick Room, we saw that last round, for example. But it's just a very strong Pokemon. King Gambit has risen through the use throughout the last few tournaments, being like higher than Incineroar, even higher than Basculegion these days as well, because it is such a versatile Pokemon as well. So let's take a look at what these players have left, and it is going to be Gengar and that Incineroar versus Charizard and Basculegion. So what were we taking?
Yeah, definitely wanting to lead with Fake Out, possibly into the Charizard, but I think Brent, this is the best lead that he could have had here. The Zard really putting a lot of pressure on Gengar, and Basculegion being able to put a lot of pressure on both Pokemon.
Going for a Mega without going for Protect without Mega here.
No
Charizard,
Mega from
no
either
Mega from either side. Wait, what's
Wow.
happening here? Are we seeing this correctly? It seems like both players forgot their Mega Stones right now, but this means no Sunset Up, meaning that this Wave Crash is a little bit stronger, but thanks to the Pasho Berry right now, Water type moves do less damage, so even with an Intimidate, do not much damage, as now Incineroar is able to go for a potential parting shot, trying to make sure that he is alive, or go for a throw chop, which is exactly what's happening. And that Basculegion,
3% survival here from the Basculegion. It will die to Life Orb Tick, but
it's still good for one more hit, and one more hit is maybe all it needs. This was a decision by Steve, trying to make sure that the Basculegion would have maybe gone. The good thing with this is that you are potentially able to go for something like onto the Basculegion. Issue then is that Charizard still has Heat Wave, will hit you quite hard, of course, and it is quite scary to come up. So you are weighing down the options here, what is possible. If you had Mega with Gengar in turn 1, then at least would have prevented this Charizard from having a way to switch, because Shadow Tag blocks every Pokemon except Ghost types or Pokemon with Shadow Tag themselves. And Gengar is actually switching out.
wow, okay. And in comes Jimbo.
Not Jimbo again. Alright, Politoed comes in as the Mega Charizard Y. Going there, making sure that it gets the sum up. So that means that the Politoed does not have its rain up. This means that Charizard is able to go for a strong move just as well. Now, the Basculegion in the sun, going for that Protect, trying to keep itself safe for just one more turn, trying to make sure, okay, what do I want to hit here? As Charizard is going for the Weather Ball, but it is going into that Politoed. It is still resisted, but still massive damage onto our dear Jimbo, the Politoed. As Party Shot is coming out, making sure that this Charizard at least will have its special attack a little bit lowered.
Yeah, as we can see, even with that resistance, Charizard just has such a high special attack.
Yeah.
And here comes non-Mega Gengar.
If that was Mega now already, it would have been nice to keep the Charizard at least trapped. But because of that, now
Yeah.
you are kind of awkward position still, where you could take too much damage with your Gengar. You could go for a Shadow Ball into the left slot, but if there's a King Gambit in that slot, etc., etc., it is hard. You could call something like this, like for example, you could go for Weather Ball into the left slot plus Shadow Ball, trying to absolutely cover for a potential King Gambit. But we are seeing our dear beloved Jimbo switch out. It is going back into that Incineroar, getting that Intimidate as well onto the Baskin Legion, onto the Charizard, and I believe there's no switches happening then from Brent's side because Jimbo was one of the slowest Pokemon. And now, finally, Mega Shiny Gengar takes the stage.
Yeah, being able to trap in the Pokemon with the Intimidate drop, not really mattering on Charizard, but definitely preventing more damage coming out from the Baskin Legion. And here comes the Solar Beam into the Incineroar. Decent damage.
7 was able to take it as a Wave Crash is coming out. It is in the sun. It is also double intimidated, so it would not have done most damage onto the Charizard. But now at least the Charizard is trapped, meaning you could switch out to the Politoed if you want to. But if you're doing that, you're at risk of this Baskin Legion getting a stronger Wave Crash. So maybe considering that, try to go for a Fake Out onto the Charizard and get up a Parasong to make sure that this Charizard is staying onto this field and getting, a little Kesha song stuck in its head.
Yeah,
Up in the
definitely.
morning. Something. What's like a good rain song? Singing in the Rain? Maybe that's rather something. What are the Gengar's finest tunes? The top 10 tunes by Gengar. First off, Dark Horse from Katy Perry, definitely. As Baskin Legion is the one switching out, so no Wave Crashing coming out. If this is just a Garchomp, that means a Fake Out into the Zard could very well work out well and for a strong Parasong. But it is going to be Politoed, so calling out that, nah, we are not going to risk this. And it's going to be a Sludge Bomb into that Charizard slot. So
poison.
forgoing the Parasong and just going for the damage here as the Charizard is going for that Heat Wave. And
And the
Genji
miss.
dodging as well. Jimbo making sure that is able to take that quite healthy. As now the Garchomp has come in, and now you were able to Intimidate cycle that, or try to at least.
Yeah, and that poison is really big because without it, the Sludge Bomb would not be a 2-hit KO, but now it can KO the Zord before it can even move, if he wants to. Has to be aware of a very strong Earthquake from Garchomp here.
Yeah, you do have Parasong onto the Politoed as well. So
True.
you could, for example, go for Protect on the Gengar, Parasong on the Jimbo, and then switch out your Protect, and then switch out your Gengar onto the Incineroar to let that faint so that your Shadow Balls are working. But for going the Parasong, no, we ain't doing that. Earthquake coming out. Okay, this is now both Earthquake powered by this Garchomp. Massive damage onto Gengar and onto this Politoed right now. But the Gengar is able to hang on because it is quite bulky built. But the Charizard goes for the Weather Ball, spraying onto that Gengar, and now go more Perish mode. But if the Politoed is able to take some revenge here with a strong Weather Ball, it could very well prove to be quite effective. Enough that the Garchomp survives and it gets its Citrus Berry. And now Steve going for these plays, losing a lot of momentum and a lot of health for no good reason.
Yeah, I mean, he's lost a lot of health here for really not any benefit, but can we talk about the amount of times Garchomp has survived on such little percentage?
It's crazy how well built Garchomp is. It has just the right amount of attack, just the right amount of ball, just the right amount of speed. It is certainly one of those Pokemon that every time there's a metagame coming in from Gen 4, it has proven itself time and time again. And this reg is no different. Garchomp is a mainstay. You have strong Earthquakes, you have a Dragon typing. And now, because no longer there's no trap, that Charizard is able to switch out, going into King Gambit here as the Politoed is switching out, trying to make sure that there's nothing going on here with that Charizard going for any offensive move. But this means Defiant activates, and King Gambit now has a +1 attack stat. Rock Slide will KO the Incineroar. Not that much damage onto the Archaludon as it gets a defense boost at the very least.
Yeah, I mean, that was a pretty cheap defense boost for the Arcaldon. However, now Defiant boost on this King Gambit means that it will almost certainly kill Politoed next turn round.
Yeah.
Strong Dragon Pulse being able to KO the Garchomp here.
Yeah, but losing weather control in return, because even if the Politoed switches in now, the Brent is able to switch something else in and then switch back into his Charizard to make sure that you don't have the weather control, you don't have the free electro shots, and then there's a King Gambit that you still have to kind of deal with. It is a +1. Wait, what? What's Wait, what's happening? This is the Charizard lead made sure that now our Politoed is actually able, like, you're still able to electro shot now.
Yeah, I think maybe forgetting about the speed turns, kind of the speed interaction on how the abilities work. Now Steve can easily pick up a KO here, either with the electro shot into what would have to be Basculegion where the Charizard is.
Yeah.
And then he can go for either Parasong or...
Yeah, like either way,
like
you're
that.
getting at least one electro shot boost, even if the King Gambit or something protects. You then have suddenly something like Encore, but it's going to be weather buff.
Yeah.
What is happening? All right, sorry, this is suddenly weird. But you can't forget these are, of course, TCG players. They're trying to adapt as well as they can. Electroshock coming out. Let's see. It is going into one of these Pokemon. If it is onto the King Gambit, that could prove to be very effective here, as the King Gambit could have just as well protected here. Electroshock +1 into the King Gambit. So no Sucker Punch came out from the King Gambit. If the Politoed goes for the Weather Ball here onto the King Gambit, it could prove to be enough. This is 100 base damage in the rain. Is it enough? It is enough for the KO, for the pickup there.
Wow, that was really well played there by Steve's side. Really being able to claw the game back here off of Brent's mistake with the weather control.
Yeah.
So...
Yep, that's...
and immediate forfeit.
Yeah,
wow.
Recognizing that could not have won from that position. So we are back here suddenly to Steve being in the lead. So I think just one mishap, one misstep that can decide the game for you, and that is that weather control. Something that we've seen time and time again today, that weather is so important, and Brent losing the end game in that, like letting loose of the rope while he was pulling and pulling, and suddenly it became too much and just clicked on the Charizard, while the safest thing to do was switching that Basculegion, making sure, hey, I have guaranteed some.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of felt like the metaphor of Sisyphus moving the boulder up the mountain and just dropping it at the final hurdle.
We're almost there. We're almost, you know what? I'm good. I'm good. You know what? Let him have it. he didn't go for Paris. Let me not go for my son.
Yeah.
Oh, as now this position, now Brent is with his back against the ball. He can't lose anymore. Is 5-0, which is very impressive as well. Brent only having lost one game before, which was against Steve last opponent, which was Blender, played Rain as well. Brent has defeated countless other Rain teams, but this is the final boss for Brent right now to bring home the BuddyBuddy title in the place of Steve. Steve here, ready to rumble. Let's get this game 2 going. Adaptations, what are they? What are the plans for these players?
Same lead here from Brent. Looked pretty good. And here we see Vivillon and Swampert. Complete change up in leads here for Steve. Arguably, it makes sense seeing how the beginning of game 1 went.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
I do think this is interesting, because that Charizard is modest, in fact, and that Vivillon is timid. So you have the Compound Eyes, you have more accurate sleep powers. A sleep power onto that Charizard, even though it might have weather control, is something that's looking very, very tasty and very good. Even a sleep power onto the Basculegion, something that Brent has to consider. So he's thinking as well, okay, what's my best way of playing here? I don't want to get slept on any of these Pokemon. Sleep has been nerfed, but even one turn could be the game as well. That is exactly what we're relying on. Charizard going for that Mega Evolution immediately, saying, no, we're ripping it. The sun is now up.
yeah, definitely. Let's see if there's the Mega Evolution coming out from Steve's side. And there is.
Ooh.
On the Swampert here. I'm curious to know what the play is here.
Yeah, Swampert going for Mega Evolution. Very afraid of something like a Solar Beam or a Blade of Grass. But we might see a double protect from Steve here. Protect with the Vivillon and the protect from both. And Brent cursing himself, like trying to have Cultist right now. But Basket Legion going for the protect here. So Steve now knows that Basket Legion is looking very good for a potential sleep powder, as this Solar Beam is just going into protect, and that Swampert could just as well switch into a Politoed. So Steve's line of play already has kind of been decided by Brent right now with the ways he have panned out. Basket Legion is able to go for Aqua Jet, break at least dash at least, but that left slot is looking mighty sleepy, although says my future eye.
Yeah, definitely. I think that now with that double protect, it allows Steve to see what Brent was looking to do there and being able to punish off of simple Solar Beam. And here comes Jimbo to stop the Solar Beam here, and also to power up this Wave Crash into the Basket Legion actually.
Ooh, calling out a switch out, but no switch out happening right now. So this could very well be a Wave Crash going into that slot here. Heat Wave coming out, dodge on the Swampert. And that means Heat Wave onto the Politoed, also not doing all that much damage. But still, there's still a Life Orb boosted, Rain boosted Wave Crash coming your way onto that Swampert. And that is just a knockout. Wow. Swampert, of course, being neutral to this. But this is 120 base power in the rain, plus Life Orb, plus Adaptility. Yeah. These are a lot of things to count up. And suddenly, the Basket Legion is only on 2 health.
Yeah, it barely survives all the different types of recoil on that turn, but that just means they can get off a huge attack here.
Yeah. A huge attack indeed. We have the Archelon mode right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting to see how Brent can try to bring the Charizard back in to get up the Sun, because it just doesn't seem like it can do anything, especially with the Pokemon in front of it.
Yeah. I do think like the Charizard might be switching out to some Garchomp. So if you go for something like a Dragon Pulse plus Weather Ball, maybe it would be in range, but Brent maybe trying to count for that as the Basket Legion is going to protect. Basket Legion is coming in. And now, maybe an Electro Shot. It is going to be an Electro Shot. You're actually kind of free to ignore the Basket Legion, as a Wave Crash doesn't do that much damage to the Archelon, nor to the Politoed. Nor to the Politoed right now, as the Weather Ball is coming out onto the King Gambit here, doing good damage there. Now, a free +1 boost also really helps this Archelon as well. So now a Dragon Pulse into the Garchomp, suddenly very much scarier. The Basket Legion is still the fastest thing on the field, so something fun you could do is double attack into that Basket Legion. Basket Legion could or switch or attack. If it attacks, it will KO itself. If it switches, you could get some good damage there.
Yeah, definitely. What I'm interested to see... Oh, never mind. We could have had a Fire-type Weather Ball into that Gambit, but in comes the Vivillon, maybe expecting for the Charizard to come in, and big Dragon Pulse there into it with the crit. And let's see, what does the King Gambit do? Counter Cleave into the Vivillon. How much will that do? Oh, and it brings it down to Sash here.
Black Glasses, King Gambit, having the sunglasses. Perfect weather conditions for that, of course, with the sun being up there. Meaning that right now, again, we're playing this game again. But is there a sleep power coming out? Is there some kind of control coming out? The Archelon, God, I really hate that. Sorry, the realization suddenly. But as it is able to still go for something like a Dragon Pulse, the fortunate thing is the King Gambit is still on the field. The Dragon Pulse, even at +1, it is resisted. Same for Flash Cannon. So maybe switching in the Politoed, exactly what Steve is doing, might be the play to get another boost into that Electro Shot, into that King Gambit, as the Charizard is not doing that much damage.
Yep. Charizard leaving the pitch as soon as it entered, and Dragon Pulse into the Basket Legion, knocking off the last 2 HP.
Very close. I think that matters. I think that was a roll.
I'm surprised it didn't need a crit there.
Yeah, no, honestly. But yeah, Iron Head into the Politoed, quite safe there. As now the Sun gets set up back again. You could go back to Vivillon to try and keep weather control, but you are losing your Vivillon. You're losing resources. If the Charizard just switches again, nothing has been gained in that fact. So, what if we do something a bit crazy? You know, we do the switch of the Politoed into Vivillon, but if we're expecting the Charizard to switch as well, could just as well Dragon Pulse that slot.
Yeah, definitely. Or if we expect to switch, we can go even crazier and Weather Ball the King Gambit.
Ooh, I kind of dig that. That is a fire type. Weather Ball coming out onto King Gambit will not be able to survive that. It is super effective. It is 100 base power, and it is in the sun.
Yeah, another very interesting play here could just be a Weather Ball from Brent to the Arcadon here with something like the Kowtow Cleave. But just a very passive play here with the Protect, trying to guarantee back rain after sacking the Villion. T-Wave coming out. Oh!
Wait, okay.
Okay,
hey,
okay.
He made sure.
Just checking.
Just making sure, you know, like. Wait, hold up.
That could have been very important if the Kowtow Cleave wasn't targeted into there, but now...
I think you just call what couldn't come out in the left slot. I think you just go for Dragon Pulse and win. I think there's nothing...
Yeah.
Because Garchomp is most likely our target. Even if it's Whimsicott, I don't believe. Like, it's not gonna be Fluid, and Whimsicott doesn't feel like it's the answer. Charizard going for the Protect here. Wait, are we losing Weather Control again? Are we doing this again? Okay, Dragon Pulse not effective. Weather Ball coming in. Is it enough for the KO here? It is not.
Oh,
King Gambit able
so
to hang
close.
on. Kowtow Cleave. This is back. Black Gas is boosted, but not enough for Jimbo. Jimbo time to his healthy snack, which is of course that Citrus Berry. Now, 40% range could very well mean it is in range of something like another Kowtow Cleave. You could debate like what the options here are for Jimbo, but something that I would love to Encore into the King Gambit right now, and another Dragon Pulse into the left slot is something that I would love to see. So let's see if Steve agrees with me, because I think there's going to be a Sucker Punch. Is it enough for the KO? It is! It is enough for the KO, so that means right now only the Garchomp will be taking this Dragon Pulse. All right, test. Yes, we're back. Sorry about that. Our mics cut out because the battery was done and out for it. So, I don't know what you've missed about our spectacular commentary, but you've missed it. Anyway, okay, so we were talking about that end game. So a potential thing to talk about was, of course, the weather control. Weather control coming back, meaning that if you had the Politoed still, like, I really liked the Encore play onto the Sucker Punch, for example, because then that way the Charizard was still forced to go for Heat Wave or even Weather Ball. But with the Politoed, you could have at least had a little bit of a mind game versus that Kick Gambit. You know? As you could have, right? To win from that position, but it's still hard. So, I don't know.
Yeah, definitely. And here we see a slight change up with the Garchomp instead of the Basque Legion, but same lead from Steve here.
Go for Sleep Powder for the love of God. All right, Vivillon.
Yeah.
So fun fact, Vivillon is actually faster than Garchomp as well. So it is, again, able to sleep powder anything. Just choose your target. The nice thing is the Swampert also has Ice Punch, so you could very well go for that. Again, Ice Punch into the Garchomp. You take a little bit of health, of course, but you put the Zard to sleep, which is very nice there. But position-wise, I think I would have liked to see Gengar more than Rain Mode again from Steve, but Steve trusts in this, and this is the final game of this tournament. Oh, we can almost go home. I can taste the sweet release of my beds. But right now, we're right here, and we're gonna see these players plan out the Mega Evolution onto Charizard. We've seen it once, we've seen it twice, we've seen it 413 times, and now it is here, putting up the sum, making sure that whatever is on the field will take the taste of his mighty fiery fury.
Yeah, and here we see Big Buff Swampert with the
Yeah.
Mega Evolution.
He's got the gains, he's got the mains. Let's see what it is. It is going to be a
Oh, but a
Protect.
Protect.
Peace for the love of God, Sleep Powder. We're gonna see Rock Slide. Oh, it's not nice beat. Wait, is it timid? Wait, it is timid. Wait, what is the Garchomp? Garchomp is jolly. I've never seen jolly Garchomp in my life. Okay, hang on to his Focus Sash. But now Sleeper onto the Charizard at the very least. Yeah.
Making sure that that lizard takes a lovely nap in the sunlight here.
Yeah, he's taking his first turn of sleep, but you could very well go now for an Ice Punch onto the Garchomp play range, or Wave Crash is also just enough to kill it as well, because it is Wave Crash, Water Boosted, Rain Boosted, Stab Boosted, and then of course it is Mega Swampert. You gotta respect it. Look at his arms, man.
Yeah.
Look, like those are gigantic pillows.
Yeah, I think he might have hit a bulk up during his Protector. and,
this Protector wasn't just a regular Protector, and he had to go home, get his proteins, and look at him now. This was me 50 days ago. This is before and after right now. So now the Vivillon switching out, going back into that Politoed, and now Jimbo, the treasure hunter, being able to put up the rain. Let's see if the Swampert is going for something strong. Charizard switching out, trying to maintain that weather control. Kingambit coming in. Let's see, protect from the Garchomp or just a Wave Crash into that right slot. It is a Wave Crash into the right slot. Is that Kingambit able to take this? It is a very bulky boy.
Let's see what he goes for. Just the Rock Slide. But a miss on the Swampert.
That Swampert does not mind that at all. Honestly, the Charizard could very well come in, but it's still asleep, so it's not threatening all that much damage. So you could very well just go for an Ice Punch onto the left slot if you're trying to call something, or you could switch out your Swampert on your Politoed again for later. But you could actually
Weather Ball.
Earthquake. Kind of good. Well, right? So if you switch out your Jimbo into Vivillon, you go for the Earthquake. You certainly kill the Kingambit in that spot, and you maintain some kind of weather flow. The Dragon Claw plus Sucker Punch might bring it close to KO, but I don't believe it will quite. So, well, I'm not playing, so I'm just speculating here. As oh wait, maybe
Jimbo hops on home with Calgon coming
Yeah.
out here. Sucker Punch from the Kingambit.
Yeah, no, that's range. Never mind. I was so wrong. But Wave Crash coming out into that Garchomp. Let's see if it is enough. It is just gone!
It is. That got destroyed
Alright,
in rain here.
Alright, leg day is over. Oh, it KO'd him. Leg day was just too much for him, so now it's time to take a little nap. But the nice thing is, still have weather control. The Charizard is asleep. And
the Charizard is faster.
Yep.
So
and now there's nothing faster than the Vivillon either. So Sleep Powder. Sleep Powder. Alright, Charizard coming in here, still taking a nap. Now, you could just very well switch in, switch out. The Charizard has taken one mandatory turn of sleep. Can wake up the next turn. But I do think Brent might be thinking of immediately switching out the Charizard. But we're seeing an immediately switch first from Vivillon. So let's see if that is exactly what's happening. The rain has been set up. Is the Charizard switching? It is not switching. Kingambit go for protection. If there's an Electro Shot into the Charizard, suddenly Steve has the weather control. Charizard taking his second turn of sleep. As the Electro Shot is coming out. Is that into that Charizard slot is the question.
I think it might be.
It could very well be. It is very close. It is both players looking very nice, but yes, the electroshock going into that Charizard. Charizard is quite defensively bulky,
Oh,
and
it
it is able to
survives.
hang on.
It survives. Wow.
Yeah. And because of that, now Charizard does hang on. It is guaranteed to wake up now always. The unfortunate thing is, it has to switch out. It has no control right now, and that means that our Jimbo, our dear beloved Jimbo, is able to switch out just as well. And you could very well go for another electroshock into that Charizard slot as well, and trying to maintain this control that you have.
Yeah, definitely. Or you could just say that that left slot is not doing anything and
Yep.
just go into the King Gambit, get rid of it.
Get the boost. As King Gambit not even go for protect. We have the electroshock coming out yet again. So that means you can. Okay, so Steve is going for the complete finale right now. Electroshock going into that Basculegion slot. A well-deserved weather ball into that King Gambit will very well KO it as well. Meaning that even the Charizard comes in, it will be able to wake up. But at what cost? The butterfly effect. It comes in, it goes out, and the frog suddenly puts up rain again. Is that how the butterfly effects work? Sorry, I didn't go just. I think it's something like that with the frogs and bees, you know.
Yeah, a caterpillar then turns into a cocoon to transform into a beautiful frog.
Yeah, that's the whole story. As now the Mega Evolution, like Charizard, very low, and this is it. We know that Weather Ball doesn't kill our Charizard. Can just go for a Protect with our Charizard, switch in the butterfly, let the butterfly go down, and then switch back into Politoed. Is Jimbo bringing it home?
Yeah, unbelievable from Steve here, going undefeated.
Yeah, that's
Throughout
true.
the
Actually,
tournament.
wait a minute, damn.
Not losing a single set here, and I mean, it's been a close series, but this last game has just been all Steve.
Yeah, the rain dance was, the sleep power was very important. Garchomp was in fact faster because I did not recognize it was Jolly. But
And the heat wave miss on the Arcadon just for salt on the wounds here.
yeah. Jimbo coming back, and Jimbo is ready, happy to serve. You know, you want this rain? I got it. Jimbo making it rain together with stamina, and that means that it is game, and that does mean that Steve is our winner of the BuddyBuddy tournament. Brent still going out swinging Weather Ball into that Politoed, not doing all that much damage. Resist, you know, non-stop Weather Ball. But very well played by both these players.
Yeah. Congratulations to Steve for winning it. What an amazing tournament from him. Once again, going undefeated here. Jimbo bringing it home.
Yeah. Electroshock, and that is it. The great evil has been beaten. That is Charizard. It is over. No more Big Six. We're free. We're free. Okay.
Big Six has been conquered by Jimbo.
Jimbo did it all on his own.
Yeah.
Very proud of him. But that does mean that we are done and we can almost go home. First off, let me go get a few thank yous out. First, congratulations for Elias for winning. Wait a minute, Elias won and Steve won. Those two were buddies as well. So they have the perfect record.
Yeah.
No, we were not. Elias was last. Who was Steve's buddy? Marius. What did Marius do?
Marius is complete bottom.
Oh. Okay, so you know, two sides of the same coin. You know, the bad, stinky one, and the good one.
The bad and the ugly.
Yeah, exactly. So, congratulations for Elias for winning the tournament, and then we have congratulations to Steve as well. Yes? Yeah, finals. Yeah. All right. But congratulations to them. Thank you all the players for playing as well. It was super close. It was really fun to watch. I've had fun. I hope you've had fun as well.
Yeah, very fun tournament, cast.
Thank you for coming as well to casting, and thank you to the casters, to the people managing stream at times as well, to myself, I guess, and to Nexus Games for hosting this tournament. So, without further ado, thank you very much. Next year, we're doing this again, but next year, you can freely sign up. You don't need to be top 8 in Belgium. You don't need to be top whatever in TCG. You can just sign up, and that will be it. You will be a sign-up buddy, and it will be fun. So if you are interested in trying a different game, join the BuddyBuddy tournament. With that, I'm gonna leave. Goodbye. Sleep.
Sleep powder.
Ik heb niet mogen missen.